myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can't top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that.
What's up, guys? It is a Saturday, just about to hit squat and bench today, but with that said, I screwed up. I had the date of Power Surge wrong. So when I got invited to meet, they sent me a message on Instagram and they listed the date as September 28th, which is a Sunday. And I was like, okay, sweet. Like, that gives me 8 weeks off season, 14 weeks peaking. Talking to a few other people who are doing it, they informed me that the meet is actually on September 13th, which is Saturday. And looking back at the message, they did edit it at the end saying, oh, the day is actually 9/13, so that's on me. But that means that we start prep. Instead of in 2 weeks, we start it tomorrow. So gonna be hitting, I guess, last workout of off season here. I think what I'm going to do is just kind of gauge how I feel on the top set, maybe push it a bit more. I wanted to hit something between like 315 and 320 for a triple on squat. I think what I'm gonna do is basically warm up to that 320 and either hit it for a single, kind of treat it as like a week 0 for the peaking, or if I'm feeling good, might send it for a triple. We'll see, we'll gauge how it feels. Same thing on bench. I think I'd like to hit like 220. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it for a triple, so I think what I might do on that instead is just go 220, see how it feels. If like a triple is there, I'll do it, but I doubt that. Bench has been feeling definitely the drop from like off season at this point. If things are feeling good, or if like I would like to hit like 501 as like a week 0 single. So that's kind of where we're at. We're gonna get our knee sleeves, shoes on, drink a pre-workout, and get after it.
Let's go back.
Yo, what's good, guys? That was my squat to wrap up the off season. Before we talk about it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave any questions you have for me in the comment section below. And as always, if you guys need help with your training, don't forget to check out Proven Strength app. Link for that description below. Get access to 38 programs designed by Andy and myself, ranging from beginner, intermediate, advanced, 3, 4, 5-day programs, power building, powerlifting, bodybuilding style training, bench weight, squat only, world record programming at a fraction of the cost of a one-on-one coach. Go ahead, check that out. You also get added to our private Discord where we ask questions, get form checks, and talk about training. If you guys are using it, don't forget to tag myself and Proven Strength on Instagram so I can share your videos. As I talked about already, I screwed up with the timing of the meet. Because of that, had to kind of shift gears a little bit. This week ended up becoming somewhat of a hybrid between like week 2, week 4, and like a week 0. So warmed up to that 320 that I talked about. I was feeling not super great. I was definitely feeling very achy on the day. Still managed to get a double. I'll be honest, I kind of considered going for a third. I misgrooved the second rep. It wasn't pretty. It was a grinder, but it didn't feel too bad. And I feel like, especially on squat, I'm pretty good at grinding through that like kind of middle section. I haven't like failed a squat on strength in quite some time. So if I feel like I can do it, I usually can. Or like, I'm usually a little bit stronger than I feel like I can do. Considered it for like a half second. If I had spotters, I probably would have, but I was in here alone, didn't want to risk it, decided to rack it. Overall, 320 for a double to finish off the prep when I wasn't really in the mindset or like in the part of the block to be going for that weight. I'm happy with it. The previous week was, I think, 305 kilos. So to go up, might have even been 300 kilos. I can't remember exactly. To go up 15 to 20 kilos more than I was planning on and still get close to what my overall goal was for the whole block and doing it 2 weeks early, I'll take that. We're in a pretty good spot to move on to hitting singles again. We're sitting about 14 weeks out at this point. I'm gonna be starting prep for Power Surge next week. I'm really excited about it. In a minute, you'll see my bench work and we'll kind of talk about where I'm at with that as well. And then just what the plan is going forward. So enjoy the bench and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Choose your destiny. Put that knife back in my back. I don't need that. Johnny Cage when I attack. You won't see that. I don't have time for a rematch. I ain't playing any games. Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so that was the bench workout. We worked up to first a double at 215 kilos. Like I said, I wanted to go like somewhere between like 215 to 220 for my top triple at the end of the block. I knew that, I think if I had like an extra couple, if I had the full block, I could have hit the 215 for a triple, but it just wasn't there today. So the second rep was pretty slow, so decided to rack it there. Didn't even try a third rep. I think I was a little bit closer on that third rep the first block, but just with where I am in the block at this point, it just wasn't in the cards today. So decided to bump up to that 227.5, 501 pounds. Very pleased with hitting this, considering I haven't really gone above like 450 in a few weeks. So I'll take it. It's a very good spot to be hitting like a week 0. The plan is to go up a little bit next week. If I could hit like 512 as like a week 1 single on bench, that is a very good baseline for me. I do usually gain quite a bit of strength on bench throughout prep. It drives me nuts every time that I post my week 1 bench because it's always like a grinder at like low 500s, and then I always get comments like, oh, I thought he was a 600 pound bencher. And it's just like, what happened? It's just like, shut the fuck up. Like, that's not how strength works. Especially at like this level. It's such a high percentage drop off from coming off cycle for me. So I don't know, it's very frustrating dealing with social media, but it's part of my job. So finished up with some long pause triples and then some Larson press. Overall, very solid workout. We're in a good spot. It would have been nice to have like one lighter week, but yeah, it's fine. I'll just drop down a little bit next week with the accessory work, and then really kind of hammer the prep. Going forward, the plan is to make a few little adjustments with the program. I'm still keeping the basic structure of like deadlift on Monday, heavy, secondary bench Tuesday, secondary squat Wednesday, tertiary bench on Thursday, and then my primary bench and squat on Saturday. But I'm also adding a 4th bench day on Monday after my deadlift. So we'll see if that kind of translates over. This will be my first time doing 4 times a week benching. I really want to get back onto that upper 500, 600 range, and I'm hoping this is kind of the key to help do that. So bench is in a good spot, squats are in a good spot, and deadlift are in a good spot going into this prep. We're saying 14 weeks out. Going to keep doing videos. I head to China in a couple weeks. That'll be exciting. I'm a little nervous with getting enough training in while I'm there. That's always an issue, especially traveling wise. And I have like a lot of stuff I have to do while I'm there. So hopefully we can work it out. Later in the summer, have Vietnam and Eisenhart Challenge for Germany. It's a pretty busy summer, but I'll do my best to be pumping out videos. Hopefully I can shoot some stuff while I'm in China. Andy and I have a big announcement related to that trip. So if you guys are in China and you want to come to a seminar, we're doing one in Shanghai this weekend and Beijing next weekend. So if you guys are around, come by, check them out. And if not, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, check out Proven Strength app, and we'll catch you in the next video.
We get that fresh glaze on the D-roll.